Welcome to the 901 Dynamite podcast, hosted by J Love. How y'all doing today? Parenting. As far as how the names go out, creating. Anyway, I just want to talk to you guys about parenting for a second. In my experience with it so far, like I said, I'm 36 and I have a daughter. She's 16 and a son 6, a 10-year difference. So, yeah. Okay, and my son is kicking my tail around the clock, man. Talking about patience and man feeling guilty and playing on my heart and I guess my daughter, I was like 19, 20, my daughter was in this age, 21, 22, 23, 24. And she was a really good kid. Now, the crazy thing about it is 14, 15, 16, I ain't saying she bad or nothing because she's very to herself and everything, but just the simple little things and the same things that I had trouble with. I tell her all the time, taking out the garbage. Sometimes when I talk to my dad, we talk for, when we do talk, we talk for a couple of hours because I guess we both long-winded at this point in our life. And I told him, I was like, Dad, I just hate I didn't take that garbage out. I just don't understand why I never could remember. I ain't gonna say never, but if all you gotta do is take out the garbage, once a week at a certain time, and you 13, 12, age, and you miss the garbage, and the garbage be full, and then you might have to take the garbage down to the dumpster, or it gets complicated. You got too much garbage, all this stuff. So there's stuff you're not thinking about when you're 13. And but as I got older, not as I got older, but the last couple of years, I just been thinking about that garbage. I'm like, Dad, why didn't I remember to take that garbage out? But I started thinking about that as I'm talking to my daughter. She likes to eat things and leave a plate around, man. She like to leave a cup around. She like to act like she don't have legs when she get through eating. And so I just don't get it. Just get up and just throw the plate away. I shouldn't have to argue with you or fuss at you about just throwing a plate away. And then she'd be like, what's the big deal? And I don't think I ever said that to my dad, like, what's the big deal? But I did understand at that time how the garbage piling up. I just don't understand how I didn't make that a priority. Now, I'm not even asking her to make it as a priority. But in reality, as I'm grown, yes, we are making the money. The parents are making the money. And your kids are not your employees. But they are here to help. Seriously. Whether they ask to be here or not, which no kid asks to be here. But what they got to do with respecting, loving, and showing your parents love. Just because you didn't ask to be here don't mean you didn't supposed to help your parents. We see the society we're in, you got to work. So that's automatic. So your parents got to go to work. They feeding you. They putting clothes on your back. They putting a roof on your head. That's real. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you're a kid, you understand it, but I guess you don't care because you worried about, kid stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's so crazy. And that is why I believe, I guess why it's taking so long, or like, I'm going to just say from a world standpoint of view is, every generation got to be taught. You know what I'm saying? But a generation, I realized that too. A generation ain't necessarily like my parents and stuff was born in the 60s. Generation be like a whole generation. That's the 6th generation. It's crazy. I ain't trying to make it complicated. But what I'm saying is, and they just love you to death, whether they not spoiled rotten to where they, they'll do what you tell them to do. And, it's just, yes, sir, or like some kids are like that for real. You don't have to tell them to wash the dishes. You don't have to tell them to clean up behind themselves. They go to school, do what's right. Everything, they dress right. Cause my daughter, she don't understand, the clothing, but from my experience and seeing as me being a TJ and understanding how I think as a teenager, dang, man, to think that another kid is thinking of my daughter like that, it gets real quick. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to protect them from those things. And man, it could get complicated, y'all. And then on another end, I do look at it like this is like an extension of yourself, because you want this person to succeed. And my dad used to be like, son, I just did my best of my ability to protect y'all. Like I said, I'm 5'8", about 150, 155. I don't think I ever got to 160. But he didn't want me to play football. He didn't let me play football. I played basketball. I ran track and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? He didn't want to get hurt. He wasn't pushing no fighting and no fighting. You know what I'm saying? Nobody hitting my son. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't with the no injury, no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Don't go down the street. He ain't putting me in no position to lose. You know what I'm saying? On his watch. And he said that's the way that he knew, you know what I'm saying, he could protect me or protect us. And I respect it, and I love my dad for that. And that's straight up, you know what I'm saying? Period. I mean, and I do think he a real man, like for sure. He did his best, you know what I'm saying? Because we not perfect. So that's that. But that's part with my daughter. With my son, he's 6, man. And when like I said, my daughter wasn't like that when she was little. So I didn't have to really, like, you know, like literally she was a good kid. Like, I mean, I can't even recall no instances like from 1 to 6, 7, 8, 9, and right around 10, stuff got a little fishy, you know, not like that. But, you know, it started getting a little cloudy. She started, you know, mind wandering, you know, stuff, all kind of, you know, stuff coming up. But man, when I say my son been testing me 4, 5, and 6, and man, he's on me like white on rice, man. Like I can't move. My son is smart. My son is intelligent. My son is manipulative. My son is cunning. My son is a mastermind. At the same time, he just a kid. He just 6. So, like, in your adult mind, you like, this nigga, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll do something that I feel like is complicated for a 6-year-old. You know what I'm saying? But it's really just, you know, reading the room, which is his mother, reading the room, reading the situation, and basically looking out. Just do what he want to do, his best interest. And so that's really what he be doing. So you as a parent, you getting in depth with it, and I be talking to him, and, you know, my girl be like, he don't understand this and he don't understand that. To be honest, I don't care if you understand. I want him to understand, but I be trying to tell, you know, her and my mother, because it's real. You know, these are people I talk to and deal with that's been dealing with my son. That just don't say that around him. I don't care if he don't understand or don't understand. I want him to understand. But just don't say that around him, because the boy is cold, man. And so he's so cold, like you really don't know how to play him. He's so cold, you don't know when he's tricking you or he honestly don't, you know something, you know, or you know what I'm saying, or believe something. Because when I tell you this guy is cold, man, he know how to work a room. You know, he know how to go. But when I was growing up, my dad always used to tell us about making a difference. Don't go to my mom, or, well, he wasn't with my mother, but I guess that's irrelevant, huh? But she still, I consider her my mom. 2, don't go to her and ask her for something that I told you not to do, and vice versa, so the parent can be on a united front. Because technically, you got to have a united front, you know. And if you by yourself, then, I mean, that's still hard, but at least you know that, you know what I'm saying, it's set in stone. Well, my son, man, he playing the field so cold. I mean, the boy smooth, you know what I'm saying? He making a difference. He don't want to go to sleep at night. Like, parenting is, I mean, the man is cold. That's all I can keep saying. He's so cold. And but I love my son to life. I love my daughter to life. And I also got my niece, and she's 9. I mean, and I hate to use this term, but she another can of worms. Because these folks, these personalities are real. And she do the same thing. She manipulative. She's smart. They be cunning. Just the other day, my mother told her not to put the purse in her backpack. She walks in the other room. act like she putting the purse down, she sticking it in her backpack, and so little stuff like that. But she's smart too, you know what I'm saying, and she act like she don't know neither. So I don't be knowing how to weigh it. And so after having a conversation with my dad, I always talk to my mom, my girl, and stuff like that. But after talking to my dad about how his parenting was and trying to relate it to my kids and doing all these things, I'm trying to work it. I'm trying to find a balance. And he was telling me, don't get stressed out. Be calm. Talk slow. Talk smooth. Don't holler. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the kid do, be calm. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how mad they make you, you know what I'm saying? Be calm. If you have to discipline them, or if you do discipline them, or whatever, black people laugh at timeout. But to be honest, my son act crazy when he in timeout, and that's offense because it almost no difference. I swear. He cry whether he in timeout or he get into trouble on some other stuff. So that's what I'm saying about the being manipulative, or is it really working or is not really working? But a kid gonna be a kid, so he gonna turn around, get out the corner, or even if he get in trouble on the further note, do some of the same things over and over. And so that's what I'm just trying to do. Judge how to handle them. Because I do used to watch this show when I was growing up. Shit, I was like, what I was 13, 14, 15. We had regular TV. We ain't had cable. So anything that came on Fox, I seen House. But I really want to talk about the nursing show with the nannies. And they used to put the kids in the corner. It wasn't just white kids on there. It was other kids on there, but I think it was mostly white kids. But man, that was working. They would put the kid in the corner. They ignore him. If he don't do his 5 minutes, they'll stick him back in the corner. And they ignore him. But these kids 2, 3, maybe 4. But and that's why I might have to start put a time on it. And if he don't, stand in the corner that time, then just stretch the time out until he work his time out. And if it take all night for you to get to 30 minutes in the corner, or I don't even put him in the corner. I just put him in a section, to be honest with it. It be eating the man alive that he can't move or can't do, what he want to do. But when it come to discipline and whooping the kids and, having experience with that, it is crazy because when the kids say this gonna hurt you more, when the parents just say it's gonna hurt you more than me, I feel like I done experienced that every single time that I feel like I had to discipline my kids, because it eats me up. I ain't gonna even lie. I mean, like, seriously, man. Like, I just know you had to do it because sometimes, like, that's what it is. But man, when I say, like, I feel like a wimp sometimes, because you know what I'm saying? Like, I just, and I'm not even doing my sons, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was, like anything before me, before me. So that's the crazy thing, and then you look at TV and man, I hate to say it, man, but America is like, it's kind of confusing because I hate to say this, but they are pushing a feminine agenda on the entire country. Like, literally. And acting like it's something wrong with being a man. But like I said, that's a whole nother conversation. But when it comes to raising men, you don't have to knock the kids out, man. You don't have to be physical with the kids just because he a man and you think like he got to be a warrior and he going to go up against other men and they going to be testing him, man. It's just about talking. Like, seriously, nobody don't got the right to touch you. You don't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. You don't want to. But if you're going to be dealing with, men, you're going to have some kind of backbone. You know what I'm saying? A posture, period. Let's just say that, a posture. You're going to have to stand up. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to, in really most situations, because these days, the women that eat you up alive too, especially in, well, they say that in our community, but, to a certain extent, some of this stuff is true. But I'm seeing it with way other races, and, it's kind of an American thing. Whether they can act like they took it from us, I don't want to claim no bullshit. I won't put none on black women and say they this way or that way, and a white woman and they got that from them, and not F all that. These are personalities. These are content like TV. If they promote this and this all you see, then it is how you gonna act, But I feel like I'm very lenient on my son, very lenient on my daughter for some of the stuff that they be doing. You know what I'm saying? And niece, it is annoying. You know what I'm saying? They do get on my nerves. But I'm loving my kids to life. And I tell my daughter, she's 16, I tell her all the time, now, you could be around after you 18, who knows? I'm not getting rid of you. Nobody's not getting rid of you. I'm not pushing you out nowhere. You don't have to move out. All that bullshit. I hate that moving out shit. I really hate that. And that's crazy that, for real though, you are, as a parent, do supposed to set up a foundation for your kids, man. For when you get up out of here. Whether you had it tough or not. You gotta put them folks in a position to be better than you is, whatever age that you get the opportunity to do so. And with other people, it usually be insurance money and when they die and stuff of that nature. But with us, it can be anything. $10,000, you know what I'm saying? Save up some. Don't wait for your kids to be 18 and be ready to kick them folks out. That is that's a killer, man. Seriously. That has killed our community for a long time. Seriously. Even if your kids if your kids is just tormenting you, you know what I'm saying? That's another topic now. Like I say, as long as the kid is respectful, following by your rules, you know what I'm saying? Eventually they're gonna have to leave, you know what I'm saying? But just to kick them folks out just because they're 18 or just because they graduated high school and they didn't say they wanted to go nowhere and they got a real plan to get their life together and they've been living there, you know what I'm saying? If you want them to contribute to the rent, if they get a job or something, so be it. But even that is kind of, funny in a sense, especially if they not, being a burden. But I did see this with this man. I don't know. I promise. I guess I would have to leave this lady if it was me, because I can't imagine it being, well, like I said, I can't imagine being 50 something. Then you married to another woman. Well, yeah, you married to a woman and she got a son that's 30 now. I'm 36. She got a son that's 30 or 29. She arguing with her own husband like, he gonna be here. He ain't gotta go nowhere. Now, this man 29, 30, and then he ain't got no respect if he's saying it to you. So that's kind of not even on that's parenting, but that's another disrespect for that man, whoever that man is. You know what I'm saying? You sitting up there telling your wife you're concerned about a kid that you do want the best for, and that as a man, he gonna have to get up and stand on his own too as a man, cause you a man. And then another thing, this is your castle, and you got another nigga with some balls in here. You know what I'm saying? And a penis, and this nigga ain't you. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I ain't saying like it ain't his son, but he could be looking at him as his son. And as a man, I ain't gonna say it's no worse a feeling. It's a lot of things that could be a worse feeling, or if I'm using these words correctly. But for a nigga not to stand up on their own, man, you know what I'm saying? If they can. And or use their mama or use their dad. Because I done seen plenty of fathers, you know what I'm saying, or on TV and all kinds. It's no difference whether it's father or mother be in this position where they hindering the kids. Now, if he building wealth, because just imagine that. Just imagine your kid at 18 actually do get a real good job. Let's just say this man at 18 busts around, he went to technical school, 19, boom. Let's say he get a good job, making so much money. And he's saving, but he don't gotta go nowhere. He ain't got no kids and nothing. You been had the room. He been staying in his same room. And let's say he might be contributing to the house. Why would you force him to go out to get rent? You know what I'm saying? To pay $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. And let's just say his checks was that much. Let's just say he want to tuck his money. If he ain't blowing it on Louis Vuitton, if he taking his $1,000, he investing his money into the stock market, he trying to start a business, he trying to get this thing popping off, so when he do leave you, he ready to roll or she ready to go. Why wouldn't you set your kids up for that? I'm hoping and I'm praying that that's my daughter. I tell her every day, every time I talk to her, hey, start a clothing line. Hey, start this. Hey, do you got any ideas about this? Hey, because the go to college stuff, that's one thing I can say I didn't get caught up, to going to college. If I'm going to say I was dumb, I was smart in school, but as far as the college, when I got hit with the 12th grade, when they said alone, that L word, and I was going to have to pay it back, if I didn't understand nothing else, I understood I ain't got 20,000. I ain't got 40. I ain't got 60, 70, 100. It just don't make sense to get in debt that you don't get to spend the money on. Now, if you give me 20K in my hand, then that's a different story. You give me 40K in my hand, then hell yeah. Yeah, I'm paying you back. Oh, I'm trying to pay off college and stuff. But to sign a note, to say you might get $5,000 and you giving them 20? No, ma'am. No, sir. That don't make sense to me. And that's before I knew anything about wasting your freshman year just doing baloney and then starting your curriculum or whatever into your career, and you in your third and fourth year in college. Man, y'all can teach us this shit when we 16 and 17, to be honest with you. To be honest with you. I really think we should push it back and start, like, let's just say that last year in high school, or maybe even 11th grade, they do need to be veering into they, choosing what they want to do. Stop, we sheltering the kids, and even we push the what I'm supposed to say, narrative? But we are pushing the perspective that we got time. We don't know how much time we got. We never know how much time we got. We don't know our last day on this earth. And so for us to blow anything is the confusing part. I ain't saying you got to be serious and uptight 24/7. But I am saying to say, I'm a club in my 20s and I'm 30s, I'm going to be straight. Now, I can say from experience, you do, and I wasn't even a clubber, but I can say I enjoyed my life up to this point, and I can say I have had control over the things that, I did, you know what I'm saying, up until based on America. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked a little job, I had an apartment, I had cars. You know what I'm saying? I tried, I was trying, I didn't have shit, I got something, I don't have something again. You know what I'm saying? Just the American dream, or to push forward, or whatever, or to have the freedom, shit, to smoke all the time. But anyway, yeah, and we don't know how much time we got, so I just hate that we always try to make a timeline, as far as to say, you can make a timeline to save money and things, just like I'm doing now. But to say, oh, he got time, he don't have to, a kid ain't got to figure this out, or they ain't got to do this. You can party in your 20s. You can't party in your 20s, man. You can party in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s if you want to. But what's partying? Is partying doing crack or snow and blow? You know what I'm saying? Or chasing women? What's partying? Just simply going to the club. I don't think nothing wrong with that. But the stuff that come with it is in the club is the stuff that we don't have control over. You know what I'm saying? So that's it for me, but that's another topic. But I'm saying just to don't let these kids think they got time. Show them about where you was at. You know what I'm saying? What you thought. You know what I'm saying? Where you at. Don't leave nothing out. You know what I'm saying? Now, my dad never said nothing bad about himself. But my mama be like, she done said experiences like, your dad used to do this. Your daddy was doing that. And that's another thing I'm saying as a parent. You speak to the kid to relate to them where they at in their life, like you saying, and where you was at in your life. But understand it was a different time too. But that's irrelevant too, because I realized that. I noticed that, probably not my dad, but I've seen other parents that's in their 50s plus that say they didn't whoop their kids or didn't do this to their kids because, how it was when they coming in, though, electric cord. That's just silly anyway, though. For real, though. Whooping a motherfucker in a bathtub. I'm saying whoop a motherfucker, but I really mean the kid. I'm sorry. I don't mean no disrespect to the kids. Whooping the kids in a bathtub and all that crazy ass shit with these switches and all this dumb ass shit. That shit was foolish, y'all. That shit was abuse, nigga. Goddamn, what the fuck is you doing? You whooping a nigga with a stitching cord and you understanding what's going on, man. You wetting these folk body up, man. And guess what? The next week they gonna do it again. That's why I realized about my son. The man don't give a fuck in the same sense. I'm just saying, like, is he not there? You see, he's just 6. You can tell him to do the same thing over and over. My daughter 16, same damn way. Niece 9, same way. You can tell these folks over and over and over to do this stuff, and they get in trouble. Man, when they find an opportunity to do the stuff again, that's what they do. And then guess what? You do it again. But that's why I am trying to lead to the timeouts, the no sweets, the no cookies, And then with all my studying, my first episode was about acid reflux. I'm realizing that shit bullshit anyway. So not only is we're holding sweets and cookies and stuff not even really a punishment, because they don't even supposed to have that shit in the first place, especially to the degree that we eat the shit. Golly jeez. So that's not even a punishment, but to find a punishment or to find something that they enjoy and they like, to try to use that as leverage, you know what I'm saying, to get them to do what they need to do, you know what I'm saying, because it's not about us. But honestly, as a parent, they should be contributing to the house, man. Your kids should not be destroying your house without cleaning up behind themselves. It's nothing wrong with your kids washing the dishes at whatever age you feel necessary, that you trust they're going to be able to wash the dishes and don't leave no dirt on there, and y'all be eating bullshit because they young, you know what I'm saying? Too young to do those things. But when they reach the age, that's what they're supposed to do. They're going to have to clean their own house. They're going to have to clean their own bathroom. You see what I'm saying? That is the objective. That is the goal, man. You trying to make a better you. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, you trying to make a better you. And that's what you're trying to do. So you just looking out for your kid in the best interest of them. But you can't, you can't let them get away with murder. You know what I'm saying? And you can't let them play on your weaknesses, which is them. That's their face. I mean, I hate seeing my kids say it. Like, seriously, though. You know what I'm saying? But I just know that the people outside of the walls of the house don't care. They don't care. They're going to look at my daughter just like any other black woman or black kid, man. I remember when the police all these folks out there fighting. Why the fuck you sit on this girl back? She 15. Why you sitting on her back for? And that's why I be saying, you doing this and you got a fucking gun. And it's my daughter. And I can't spring on you or do shit. I got my gun too. You see what I'm saying? You the police, but I'm not. Like, you can't be on my daughter, man. Get off my fucking baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't imagine being in that situation. And that's why I tell my daughter, don't fuck around. Do not go out here and get in no bullshit, man. And that's one thing I can say for my own self. And my daddy told me, don't have a lot of friends. And that's what I did. I got a lot of friends. And technically, I got a lot of friends because, we went to school. I know a lot of people. And people love me. And I love them. And it's nothing for me to, reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you. Or reach out to me. And I keep in contact with them, and some Facebook make it easy for me though, because you get to see your people that you been around in your life, that you get to see them doing good. So that's an excuse I use, but maybe I still should reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? Whoever they is, because they don't know that you're looking at their, stuff. Well, sometimes they do, but you know what I'm saying? You do. It's better to be in person, But yeah, like I said, that's an excuse I make for myself, but. You don't need a lot of friends, and I told her that, and I stick with it. I really honestly believe that it kept me alive, to be honest, straight up, because I see so much bullshit is with these groups. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just got to shot in Whitehaven a couple nights at the club. That's another topic. I'm shooting that damn club up. I just can't stand it. But anyway, your kids are an extension of you on how they look, their clothes, you know what I'm saying, their attitude. So that's what I just want to share with you guys for this share with you guys. And that's just what I wanted to say today. You love your kids to life, you know what I'm saying, but you got to protect the kids to your best ability. You know what I'm saying? You can't let society, but for real though, to be a parent, you got to be smart. So imagine it. Imagine a dumb parent. But can it be a dumb parent? Because them your kids. You get what I'm saying? Them your kids. So if you set your kids up for failure and they fail, you know what I'm saying? Damn. But I'm saying we really don't got the right to do that. We do got the right to try. You know what I'm saying? Teach your kids to the best of your ability and, push them to strive for the things that they need to have in order to live. You know what I'm saying? In this country, which is America, that's where I stay. And then wherever you stay, you know what I'm saying, to sustain, you know what I'm saying? And then do the same thing for their kids. And if they don't have none for they, build somebody in the family. You know what I'm saying? To have that mentality. So to be a parent, you really got to be smart, to be honest. And it's really a fine line, like a mug, man. Like, for real, to maneuver in this society where, like my son, he on YouTube. Man, I ain't taught this man none of this shit. He like the DDO summer nigga, man. Like, listen, man, I don't care about that shit. I hate my son listen to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I hate him listening to it, but I be rapping. And I call myself being a rapper and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna say I don't make music like that or never about killing nobody or nothing like that. But I can't say I don't listen to it. I grew up on same niggas everybody else. Jay-Z, Young Jeezy. I remember Young Jeezy when I was coming out of high school. We bumping Young Jeezy that spring, But yeah, Young G, all these folks, man, all these rappers, everybody always talked about shooting folks and gangster rap and stuff like that. But if you liking the beat, you liking the music, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, things change once you have kids. I'm able to decipher that, what's going on. But if a kid not, they'll be throwing gang signs and developing an attitude that they don't need to have. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't no enemies. Now, literally, we are family. We just don't know who our family is. You literally could be kin to some of your next door neighbors, and that's a whole nother story, too. But yeah, man, push your kids to be the best they can be. Don't kick them out at 18 if they not, an asshole. You know what I'm saying? If they trying to do something, show these folks how to build. And if you don't know nothing what they talking about, do not discourage them or push them down unless it's about, some people be jealous of their kids. I never understand that. I don't give a fuck. That's why I'm saying I can't understand some of this stuff. And that's why I say it's the food. I don't get where, I don't know. Once you get to a certain age, and some people do it way earlier. Some people see this stuff in their 18, 19, and 20. They don't have to go down these roads. But to see how the world works, society, in fake classes, because it ain't no such, to me, it ain't no classes, to be honest. Especially if you got, somebody controlling every damn thing or people controlling everything. And they just telling you stuff and we just falling in line. That's a whole nother topic. But to see society, it is. If somebody kick you, that shit hurt. Why you gonna kick your baby? You know what I'm saying? Or you try to get ahead of the curve. And if your kids don't understand, then, man, because my dad, I think he did his best. My brother, as far as school go, he was hard-headed and things of that nature. But I don't want to say that's why he where he at. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, because to me it don't got nothing to do about school, but it is about understanding authority, understanding your role in this life, in this world. If you spoiled and you want money, all you want is Jordans, shoes, and cars and clothes. And I heard Gucci Man saying that his mom and them spoiled him. His daddy was how they did, and so he ended up robbing. And you get what I'm saying? But you eventually make a way for yourself, because we know his story. You see what I'm saying? And you do what you do. And then when you grow up, like my dad used to tell me news from growing up, but I didn't understand. I hate to say this. Oh, do I? He was like, Ice Cube kids don't listen to their music. Ice Cube kids don't listen to his music. Now, this is when I'm 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Then to grow up to actually see Ice Cube's son look just like this man, light-skinned version. But, acting, doing what he doing, I'm like, he might didn't listen to that music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to understand. And us pushing out the music is a whole different thing, because we be 16, 17, 18, 19 when we make the music via NBA Youngboy. You see what I'm saying? So we change as we get older. You know what I'm saying? And then is it still about the music? Or is it still about then you get to a point where you're trying to push your community. Like, is it about the money? Is it about image? That's a whole nother can. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. Thanks for listening. 901 Dynamite podcast out.